They thought he was gone for good. Some believed he left to escape a broken past. Others whispered darker rumors ones about betrayal, danger, or even death. But in the very first few minutes of Hudson and Rex Season 8, Episode 1, Charlie Hudson walks back into the precinct. And nothing feels the same anymore. The episode wastes no time. The camera opens on a cold, gray morning. The team is going through a quiet day, no cases yet. Just normal banter between Jesse and Sarah. Rex, however, seems distracted. He keeps looking toward the door. And then, it happens. The door opens and Charlie walks in, not rushed. Not nervous. Just calm, but distant. And the moment Rex sees him, the tone shifts completely. Rex freezes, then sprints. For a second, it's joy, pure emotion. He jumps at Charlie and tackles him with affection. But something's off. Charlie doesn't kneel. He doesn't hug back right away. He just stares for a second, as if even he can't believe he's back. The rest of the team is in shock. Jesse's jaw drops. Sarah doesn't say a word. She only stares. Everyone had questions. Where was he? Why didn't he call? Why now? Charlie gives a vague explanation. I was dealing with something off the grid, that's all. No further detail? He tries to shift the focus, quickly asking about cases, about Rex, about the team's progress, but the tension is clear. His return isn't just a happy reunion. It's complicated. The episode does a great job showing how much things have changed in his absence. Sarah has taken the lead more confidently. Jesse has grown more serious. Even Rex acts slightly different, hesitant, almost cautious around Charlie. But what really grabs attention is how Charlie looks. His clothes are the same, but his face, it's aged. Not just from time, but from something heavier, pain, secrets, maybe even guilt. Then comes the first big clue. Charlie visits his old desk, and when he opens the drawer, there's a small photo inside. It's of a woman no one on the team has ever seen. He quickly hides it when Sarah walks in. The camera focuses on this moment, letting the audience know this picture matters. It's linked to his disappearance. Later in the episode, the team is given a new case, a robbery with no clear motive. But Charlie immediately connects the dots to something deeper. He recognizes a name, a location, something he refuses to explain. Sarah notices this too and asks him directly, "Do you know more than you're telling us?" Charlie simply replies, "I have my instincts. Let me follow them." And just like that, the old trust starts to crack. Jesse doesn't hide his feelings. He pulls Sarah aside and says, "Something's wrong. Charlie's not the same." And Sarah, after a long pause, admits it. He's hiding something. Despite all the tension, the episode still holds moments of deep emotion. Charlie sits with Rex alone at night. No words, just silence. Rex rests his head on Charlie's lap. It's a powerful reminder whatever Charlie went through. Rex still believes in him, but that belief is going to be tested. The episode ends its first arc with a phone call. Charlie steps outside, answers a number that's not saved in his phone. He listens, doesn't speak, then ends the call and erases the number. He looks up and says to himself, "I shouldn't have come back." This one sentence sets the tone. For everything ahead, Hudson is back, but not by choice. And the danger that forced him to leave might have followed him home. Asterisk, he didn't return as a hero. He returned as a mystery. Charlie may be back, but he's not the same man who left. His words are measured, his eyes heavier. Something about him feels distant, like he's watching everything from behind a wall no one else can see. And that wall starts to crack when the team is assigned their first major case of the season. A break-in at a secure storage facility seems routine at first. But when the list of stolen items is revealed, Charlie freezes. One of the names on that list, Laskin, triggers something in him. It's subtle. A pause, a flicker in his eyes. Then he mutters, "That name shouldn't be on here." It's clear this case is personal. Instead of sharing what he knows, Charlie insists. They follow normal protocol. But Jesse isn't buying it. He notices Charlie going through old files after hours, files not even related to the case on the board. Sarah walks in on Charlie deleting data from his terminal. When she questions him, he deflects with calm answers. But it only raises more alarms. Rex also picks up on the change. During the case investigation, Charlie gives Rex a command, and for the first time, Rex hesitates. He looks at Charlie, then turns away. This moment speaks louder than words. Even Rex senses the shift in his partner, the deeper they dig into the case, the more strange it gets. Surveillance footage is missing. Witnesses are silent. And every lead they chase leads to a dead end except for one clue Charlie refuses to share, a burned notebook he finds inside the stolen locker. He hides it in his jacket pocket when no one's watching. But the audience sees it, and so does Rex, who later sniffs at the jacket as if trying to tell Sarah something's off. Then, another twist. A suspect is arrested, a former informant Charlie used years ago. The man stares at Charlie and says one chilling line, "You shouldn't have. Come back." Everyone hears it. The team looks at Charlie, waiting for an answer. But he says nothing. Back at HQ, Jesse confronts him. "Why didn't you tell us this guy was your informant?" Charlie doesn't explain. He just says, "Because I didn't want anyone else getting involved." This line reveals everything. Charlie is protecting the team, but from what? Sarah finds him later, sitting alone in the break room, staring at the photo again, the same woman from his desk drawer. She finally asks, "Is she why you left?" Charlie replies with only one word, "Yes." But before Sarah can ask more, he walks away. The case takes a darker turn when the evidence starts disappearing. Reports vanish. Rex's GPS feed is tampered with. Someone doesn't want the truth coming out, and that someone may have followed? Charlie back to St. John's, and then the biggest clue, a small audio chip. Hidden in the notebook Charlie secretly recovered. He listens to it alone. It's a woman's voice crying, warning him, "They know about you. Run." Charlie doesn't run, but he also doesn't tell anyone about the recording. This episode plants more questions than answers. Is Charlie working his own case behind the team's back? Is someone threatening him or threatening the team? And who is the woman trying to warn him? Whatever the truth is, it's clear that Charlie didn't just return with secrets. He returned with a target on his back. Asterisk, it starts with a glance. A look that lingers too long. Sarah watches Charlie from across the room, not with relief, but with doubt. Jesse stays quiet during the briefing. Rex won't leave Charlie's side, but even he seems tense. Something is cracking beneath the surface, and no one is ready to say it out loud. They don't trust him anymore. The team was once unbreakable. Now they're walking on glass. Sarah tries to keep the team focused, but even she's slipping. She reviews Charlie's case notes and notices changes in his writing-coded phrases, half-finished reports, missing timestamps. It's not just lazy police work, it's deliberate. She confronts Charlie gently, trying to protect their friendship. "Why are your notes different?" she asks. Charlie doesn't lie. He just says, "Because I can't write down everything I know." That answer changes everything. Jesse, always the tech genius, digs deeper. He pulls up records from the weeks Charlie was missing. No credit card use, no communication logs. But one strange thing stands out. Someone tried to access a case file that had been sealed 5 years ago. A file only Charlie could have opened, and he did. From a ghost IP address bouncing off a signal in Nova Scotia. Jesse tells Sarah, her reply, "He's hiding something from all of us." Meanwhile, Rex is watching. He follows Charlie more than usual. When Charlie goes out alone, Rex waits by the door. When Charlie lies to the team about his location, Rex tracks the scent anyway. And what he finds buried near the old docks is a small USB drive wrapped in plastic clearly hidden. Rex digs it up and brings it back. Jesse plugs it in. What's on it? Surveillance footage. Not from this case, but from months ago. It shows Charlie meeting someone in a dark alley, a woman. The same one from the photo on his desk. Her voice is clear on the audio. "They're watching me, but I found the leak. It's someone close to you." The truth begins to take shape. Charlie didn't just leave. He was investigating something off the books, and someone on the inside might have betrayed him, or worse, tried to kill the woman in the video. Now the team is stuck in a dangerous place. They need to protect each other, but they don't know who to trust. Sarah asks herself, "Do I report him, or do I stand by him?" Jesse pushes for transparency. If Charlie's running a solo mission, he could get all of us killed. Even Superintendent Donovan starts asking questions, quietly pulling Sarah into his office and asking, "Is Detective Hudson fit to return?" Charlie, on the other hand, stays silent. He keeps moving through the case like everything is fine, but at night, the camera shows him alone, staring at his badge. He puts it down. He doesn't pick it up again. The most painful scene comes when Rex refuses a command for the second time. Charlie tells him to search the vehicle. Rex doesn't move. He stares at Charlie, whimpers, and looks away. Jesse whispers, "He knows. Rex knows you're not telling the truth." By the end of the episode, the team isn't broken, but they're no longer whole. There's distance now, walls, secrets that weren't there before. And though no one says it directly, every look, every pause, every silent stare tells the same story. The team may be together again, but the trust is gone. It ends not with a chase, not with a gun drawn, but with a whisper in the dark and a question that shakes everything. The final 10 minutes of Season 8, Episode 1 take a sharp turn into something colder, quieter, and far more dangerous. The robbery case is solved on the surface. A suspect confesses under pressure, stolen items are recovered, and the paperwork is neatly filed. But for Charlie, none of it feels finished. And that's because it ISN single quotes D. Late at night, long. After the precinct is empty, Charlie sits alone in the evidence room. He pulls out the notebook he secretly kept from the team, the one he found earlier in the stolen locker. He flips through it again, stopping at a page with strange coordinates, written in smudged ink. He matches them to a location, a shut-down military base north of the city. His eyes narrow. He mutters to himself, "They buried her there. Who is she? The woman in the photo? The woman on the USB?" The episode refuses to say. Instead, it plays with shadows and silence. Letting the suspense rise, Charlie pockets the notebook and begins to leave. But just as he reaches the hallway, his phone buzzes. "No caller ID, just static," he answers. On the other end, a robotic voice says, "They're watching you again." "You brought them back with you." Then the call cuts. Charlie doesn't flinch. He simply replies, "I know." At that exact moment, outside the station, Rex lets out a sharp bark unusual for him. He's staring at a black vehicle parked across the street. No license plate, engine off. Inside the vehicle, the camera catches only a hand, holding a photograph. A photograph of Charlie. The tension hits its peak. The final scene brings Sarah and Charlie face to face alone on the rooftop of the precinct. She tells him what Jesse found on the USB. She says the woman from the video is connected to a case Charlie buried years ago. A case that was sealed after a federal raid. A case that cost lives. Then comes the line that flips the entire episode. Upside down? Charlie looks her in the eyes and says, "I never came back to rejoin the team. I came back to finish what I started." Sarah steps back. Her expression isn't anger. It's fear. The screen fades to black, but before the credits roll, one last message appears on Charlie's phone. 3 words. "You have 48 hours. It's no longer just about a case. It's about survival, about secrets that were supposed to stay buried, and about a man who came home not to rebuild, but to make peace with a past that refuses to stay silent." So, what does this all mean? It means Season 8 isn't just about Hudson and Rex solving crimes. It's about Charlie's reckoning. Someone out there doesn't want him alive. Someone inside the system might be feeding them information. And his own team, once his greatest strength, now questions his every move. Fans are already building theories. Is the woman in the video his ex? A former partner? A witness who vanished? And what was buried at that military base? More importantly, what will happen when Charlie digs it up? If Episode 1 is the warning, then Episode 2 is the storm. This is no ordinary return. Charlie didn't just come back. He brought a war with him.